bunch of damage.
I believe Bob only had one heart there. Digidude has found the map to Desert Palace, so whenever they hit the Light World, we'll have knowledge of what one of these dungeons are.
And there's still a possibility that this is a boss shuffle as well, so we're kind of waiting to see that, waiting to get a heads up on that. Hook shot over in Thieves Town. That's nice.
Gloves.
Wow. That is a lot of really good items super fast. That's unusual for inverted. Usually inverted keeps you pretty locked down, but throwing in that key sanity function of small keys, it's really nice.
And if only they had started at their house, there was 300 sitting right there.
And having enough bombs, going to go ahead and check out the Hype Cave. Probably a few good items there, but the fact that Hookshot is over there at Thieves Town, that's probably going to be a check that we're going to see pretty soon. Small key to Ganon's Tower.
It is small key sanity.
And one of the reasons I knew that it was small key sanity was because we saw more than 2 items in Skull Woods. So the fact that we saw more than just a couple of items like that, we know for a fact that the small keys are all out there. So
oh, this room.
yeah, that room is scary. Holy.
Hey, still gotta go over there and get the key from the pot.
Oh man, that room is scary.
I think those crystal rollers are like 4 hearts to green mail.
At least. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is 4 hearts. That's rough. That is such a scary.
That looks like a nope.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have gone up there. That's God, that's terrifying.
Now, Digidude did not go into the boss room. If there was a boss shuffle of any kind, the boss would be there. But if there was no boss shuffle, we would not see a boss there.
Yeah, and it's actually the highest chance in these mystery weights to have vanilla bosses. I think it's only 10% for the other options. $17, $18, $19, $20, $21. That's 21 digs. And while we're here, I do want to give a big shout out to Yorker's wife doing our tracking, doing a fantastic job helping us out, making sure that we know what's going on with the small keys and things like that. That's a lot of stuff to pay attention to, especially when there's a lot of divergence. I also want to give a big shout out to Math Girl doing a fantastic job as well, doing the restream, making sure you get to see everything. So that's a fantastic thing as well. So right now we are going to be going up towards the Dark World Death Mountain entrance. Just like in normal mode, you can go this direction and get up into Dark Death Mountain. They changed the method to get up there in order to allow you to get up there. Inverted is a different kind of beast. Whenever they came out with it, it was one of the coolest modes I've ever seen, and then it immediately became one of the hardest modes ever seen, because things like 3-heart navigation through the scariest Lionels ever. But with Enemizer, it makes it a little bit less daunting. So,
or like 3-heart hammer blind.
Or a 3-heart hammer blind. That's also a very common factor as well. So, and a lot of times you'll get a hammer early. You're gonna get usually front loaded with some sort of opening, because there's not as many checks in the beginning of an inverted seed. So you're gonna see things like a glove, lamp happen pretty fast. Hammer is gonna show up a lot faster. You're gonna get your quote unquote Dark World access a lot faster. So.
Now, there's a piece of divergence I'm wondering if we're going to see, because you have the mountain route that DoctorBobtastic is taking, But with the flippers, you also have the possibility of going over to, say, Palace of Darkness.
You do. You have the ability to go over to Palace of Darkness. If we see a Fire Rod, we could possibly even see a early Ice Palace dip as well. That's always scary if you think about it, because Ice Palace also has a bunch of stuff that hits hard. Again, Enemizer does relief a little bit of that. So we are going to be getting a slight bit of divergence here. Going over and doing Catfish, but I don't know if they're going this way. No, okay, because Bob has the glove, not Digidude. So we're actually going. You can't go through here.
You can't do that.
You can't do this. You need. Yep, Can you? No, the thing's not down here. Nope.
You can't do that.
Nope. Is Bob doing Aga?
First chest, because it's small key sanity.
You're right. Small key sanity to go do. Yeah, that's smart. I completely didn't even think about that.
Now, Digidude does have one option. He can take the whirlpool to go to end up on the south end, and then come up from there over by the Palace of Darkness end.
They're not thinking about what else is available. They're probably thinking that there's no way that there's only one item that's going to give them any kind of access in Skullwoods. They're probably either they found the Cane of Samaria. They're probably thinking to themselves, where do I go from here? The thing that's like really bad for Bob here, the hookshot was in Thieves Town. Well, we're going to be over here by Hookshot Cave, and we're not going to have the ability to actually get anything. So that's unfortunate. And he's not going to find the ability, maybe boots to get the first chest, but that's it. So
now, there's one other thing Digidude can do is he can walk over to the pyramid and he can go ahead and check the goal.
That he can. That is actually kind of a smart idea. Because we don't know what the actual end goal is. The opening credits scene will not say anything about that. So it's not going to tell you whether you have to pull a pedestal or not.
Yeah, it won't even tell you how many crystals you need. And Turtle Rock requires the Quake,
which we can get into and actually traverse to at least the first chest. So Inverted also has an interesting method of Turtle Rock. So because you actually mirror from the light world into the dark world, you mirror from places like Mimic Cave to get into easier spots of the dark world, or into Turtle Rock rather. So you can actually make the trek into Trinex a lot stinking easier. So that's actually really useful. But this is an easy check. It's a very quick, easy check to get out of the way. Oh, that fire snake was looking interesting. Usually they just sit in one spot. Map of swamp. That's actually good information. So we'll know if we are gonna need the hookshot and flippers. We have to find the small key of not Turtle Rock, but Swamp Palace to start. In order to go any further than that first chest.
And I think Digidude might have forgotten that it's Enemizer, because they are noping out of pod.
Yeah, that's critical information. That's critical information. You can go on the right side and get through there completely without any kind of glitch. It's actually in logic. You do not need the bow to get past there. In Enemizer. Now, the TR Big Key can be in the roller room and that can be there because the big keys are not randomized. The big keys are in their vanilla dungeons. However, small keys are randomized. So we are going to be kind of limited on where we can go. With that, we are going to need at least one small key of Turtle Rock in order to get to the boss. I think everything else can be traversed relatively in one way or another, maybe with only one other small key. Don't quote me on that in inverted. I think it's only one that you need to in order to be able to traverse the rest of, because the key doors are not locked from the other direction. They will allow you through. Did they check the goal?
I think they're looking for the sign.
The sign's going to be in the light world.
Oh, right. Yeah, the sign's not here. Duh.
Yeah, the sign's going to be in the light world. It's inverted. Yeah, when you said that, could you go check the pyramid? Like, it didn't even click that it was inverted because I haven't seen inverted yet, and I haven't been watching any matches today because So
for those of you who don't realize, inverted really messes with your brain.
especially if you're not used to it. So I think you're going to find out if it's a fast Ganon, if it's at the top of Castle. So the Ganon hole actually happens in the top of Hyrule Castle. So
yeah.
Yeah, and Old Agate Tower is actually the new Ganon's castle, so.
Now, Bob did check his map, and Swamp Palace is appended.
Of course it is, because we have Hookshot early. We have we have a bunch of stuff early. So the only thing you need, though, is you need Mirror. So that's a major thing. Now, Bob is probably going to be thinking to himself as soon as he finds this Hookshot, of course it's here. Of course it's here. Because as soon as he goes and finds the Hookshot, he could have done all that Hookshot checks right then and right there. So that's going to be an advantage for Digidude in that instance.
And Digidude just died right in front of the gloves.
But they're going to start right in front, right there. So, but boom, quick stun. Nope, can't stun them guys with a Hookshot. Got to have a boomerang.
Yeah, I think Gyptos are the only enemy like that.
There's a couple others, but yes, there's very few in the game. I want to say what other enemies I'm trying to think of right now. Bob might be checking the boss here in a second, so we might get that. Off the top of my head, I can't think of what other enemies don't get stunned, but only get stunned by a boomerang, actually. That part is probably unique to the Gyptos. No, wall kicks. It doesn't stun Gyptos ever. It is only a boomerang that stuns Gyptos. So
Bob taking an unfortunate death on his way to the back of Thieves Town.
Well, maybe it might be saving him some more time, but he's going to be rolling back in. No pun intended with all the rollers. So I don't know. I don't know what I would do in Bob's situation here. I might be of the opinion of checking the boss room and just noping back up to Death Mountain, because going in all the way up here is just, I don't know, the top of Thieves Town just doesn't seem like a very fun check to me. Especially not having the hammer in here, and you're going to be alienating that one spot. Now, he's also going to be able to tell if it's randomized bosses by seeing if blind is intercept. So every mystery seed is different. Every mystery seed that is ran this week is different. So it is not once checked, twice shot. It is every seed is different. All right, Bob taking the death there at the horrific room of roller horror. So
3 crystal rollers. I don't think there were 2 big spike balls there, so never mind.
Yeah, it was 3 crystal rollers and 1 big spike ball, and then just a bunch of other inconsequential stuff. But
I don't know. That chain chomp is not inconsequential.
I mean, when everything in there kills you in one hit, except for the spike ball, it's pretty inconsequential. It's like, it's going to do the same thing the spike rollers are going to do. Yeah, Hinox, chain chomp, yeah. Who cares, right?
I think I'd rather the chain chomp be on the right side of the room and not directly on top of the key.
Yeah, that's kind of terrifying. But he does have full magic, though. Oh, God. Just...
I believe that confirms my possible 4 hearts there on the crystal rollers.
Yeah, pretty much. It confirms it's one-hit kill. So we are heading up Dark Death Mountain now on Digidude's side. We're probably going to be getting that check that I was discussing earlier with the Hookshot Cave, so we're going to see if there's major progression in there, or if the answer was on the top of Thieves Town. So this is pretty much going to be, I guess he's going back to the beginning. I guess he's going to be going back to the beginning. Oh, Lord. Now
Digidude's making his climb up. Well, he's going to be checking his first chest at Aga Tower. He still does not have his lamp, his red cane, or his master sword.
Digidude does have the red cane. They checked that chest before they walked out of it. So they do have that. Now, they do not have their master sword or their lamp. 100% do not have that. They checked the glove and then saved and quit. So.
All right. It looks like Bob is going to go ahead and give up on Thieves Town for now.
They will definitely finish this seed. Maybe not both, but one of them definitely will finish. I can promise you that. So.
How about that bush crab?
Yeah, man. Single rupee, and then at the very end, it's like, for your trouble, here's 20. So it's not cross keys. It is small key sanity. It is inverted. It is assured sword, and so far we do not know if it is boss shuffle yet. We do not know if it's fast scanning yet either. We have not found the moon pearl. We have not found. We haven't found hard progression yet. So we're going to be checking Hookshot Cave shortly, but we're also going to be getting a check that we have not seen from Digidude on Bob's end in the form of catfish. So. Who's hoping for an all dungeon skull? Not these runners, I'm sure.
And just notice the stun prize is 5 arrows.
That's kind of useless.
Oh no, he got caught by the skull.
God.
Map against town. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I've been making the joke of, toilet paper in our time of need for the map of GT. Fire Rod, that's some pretty hard progression there, because that actually gives you the access to the back of Skull Woods. Mirror is not progression at this moment. No, I guess not. It really isn't. You can do some tricks with it, but it's not really progression. There's not much you can do.
Yeah, you can't do much with the mirror now. Fire Rod's just the back of Skull Woods, so... Required, probably, but not going to hurt at the moment.
Well, they could actually do the right side of not Thieves Town. Good lord, my brain is so out of whack here because I kept trying to call Turtle Rock Thieves Town and Thieves Town Turtle Rock the other day. They can do the right side here of Turtle Rock, so they will have that ability. So, gonna go ahead and take a purposeful death.
Bob's gonna make it back here to Catfish with half a heart.
Hey, that's all you need. The Skull Woods boss is locked behind one small key, not 3. Who cares about logic? What's logic?
You're not wrong.
I mean, you get one small key, you can get to the boss. I understand logically, but what's logic?
Where we're going, we don't need logic.
Pretty much.
So what is Digidude going to find over here on the firelocked side of Turtle Rock?
Moon Pearl and the big key. So not able to get any further into Turtle Rock from this spot, but yeah, you got yourself a pretty good item there.
It's a good item, definitely. Not going to knock that, but
you can actually.
Where does he go from now?
You go to East Death Mountain. You mirror and you go to East Death Mountain. Yeah. Oh no, that is like hard progression that they found right there. That Moon Pearl 100% gives us awesome access to East Death Mountain and a lot of checks. And on top of that, gives us further access into Turtle Rock. So
it looks like Digidude is not sure yet.
You know, it's not surprising that Inverted is going to trip some people up, because Inverted's not really a super, like, it's not really a mode that a lot of people play and are aware of. People gave it a shot and people like it. It's just more of a niche thing for people, so. It's one of those things where you're not thinking about how you can use the mirror, because you're so used to using the mirror in the dark world. Well, now you got to think everything is from the light world. So what does that give me access to? So you've got to think along the lines of, okay, where can I get to now that I have this Moon Pearl? What does that give me access to? Well, it gives you the access to be able to go grab this item, which actually this item was available from the start. You could grab this item at any time. So that actually could have been the Moon Pearl. So, which I realized Bob didn't even check that either. But Bob is going to the right side of Pod. So we're going to see if there's any hard progression over there as far as me.
Now, even though those enemies that Bob's fighting in Pod, even though they look like Light World enemies, they have the damage and health tables of their Dark World counterparts. Since, hey, we're in the Dark World.
Yep, and going through Paradox here is the right play. You can go up, you can check pretty much anything over here. That also means you're going to be able to grab the item that is on the floating island. There is a bridge to it, as well as you are going to be able to jump down to Mimic Cave and mirror to check the chest, the big chest of Turtle Rock. So that also could be, again, something very important. It could be the ice rod, it could be anything to progress further in the dungeon. So
yeah, we still don't know if we need an ice rod.
We don't, actually. That's correct. So we are still kind of waiting for that knowledge of whether or not there's boss shuffle. So far, a whole lot of nothing on East Death Mountain, though. So pretty unfortunate that play is not giving much of a opening there. But Bob finding the fourth heart, first one that we have found yet. We have found a few pieces of heart, but low health so far. And there is another piece of heart, but that's still less than the 4 we need. Bob's going to take a death to death warp back, since they do not have their mirror, which was, in fact, in the right side of Turtle Rock. So,
yeah, this early on with the enemy sets we've seen so far, that single heart might be the most important thing we found so far.
it can be pretty rough. So Bob is actually really good about one of Bob's strengths is knowing the key logics and knowing how to use the key logic to your advantage. That's one of the things that Bob's extremely smart about. Oh, that's a Lionel in the swirly cave there. We don't like those. Those hurt.
The swirly cave?
Yeah, I called it swirly cave. Hate me later. Spirals are swirly. Okay.
Okay. Oh, hey, another heart.
We have not found any green 20s yet. So Bob's going to be able to check 3 more chests back here and probably going to end up doing a hammering up as well. Did they find the big key yet?
Yes.
Okay, good. So they're probably going to end up doing a hammer yump. We are going towards Ice Palace on Digidude's side. So we're going to be getting
you
that
have a
first...
fire rod.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's you can get pretty far with the fire rod. And we also have the ability to do the icebreaker with our current setup too, because we got early Kane. So
oh, holy Lionel's unknown.
that is awful. Thanks, game. I hate it. Now, the one thing you do have to do whenever you do the icebreaker clip, you're going to have to hit the switch in that other room. If you don't hit that before you go through, you're going to be locked. So you have to go back and hit it anyway. So, but Bob's setting up his hammering up here. Not, I mean, could find quite a. That's vanilla.
That's
hammer.
vanilla.
Why is the
Game.
Game.
Also, hi Lionel. Bye, Digidude.
So Bob now has 6 hearts, a hammer, and to be fair, a slight advantage. That's in an awful spot for randomizer. It's in an awful spot for randomizer. That's in its intended spot by the game developers. So. But Digidude does look like they're going to be heading back to Pod. Maybe they remembered Enemizer and thinking, okay, I can go check and might think to go back further. They do have a Pod small key. They've actually got 3. So they've got quite a few to be able to traverse further through. That's because that's way out of logic right now for Bob. Like, if we're going to talk about key logics. So
yeah, that's behind another 4 Pod small keys. I believe that's behind all 6.
Yeah, so that's yeah, no, it's not gonna be all 6 because the last one's used in the basement and you have to have a hammer to get to it. So
right. So it's behind 5. It's still
yeah, it's behind 5, which is just fun. But that is where Digidude is heading right now. Bob's deciding to go ahead and stick on this side of town, Thieves Town, so to speak. But that's a not a bad play in my opinion. But we don't know what he's gonna find. We just know that it's not fun. That's definitely one of the worst Thieves Town hellways I've seen in a while. So,
considering he has the hammer, I'm slightly surprised he's not waiting for the Thieves Town small key now.
So he's gonna check the boss. It is a boss shuffle. So we do not know if it is simple. We do not know if it is we do not know the extent of the boss shuffle, but we do know it is boss shuffle. So
yeah, even though this is blind, even though it's a vanilla boss, if there was no boss shuffle, he would not show up. At least not until the maiden would be rescued.
exactly. So we know it's definitely not vanilla bosses. That's a Castle Tower key. Great. At least it's going to be bringing them, telling Bob to go back up to Death Mountain at least. But Okay, we're kind of looking at where are we going now. Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, there's a Lionel on that side. I wouldn't be surprised if Digidude. Yeah, they're going to the other side. They're saying, forget that Lionel.
That is just a terrifying thought, to be stuck in the dark with a Lionel. Like, you see him and then the light goes out and it's like, no thanks. No.
Now Bob's going to go ahead and go into the back of Thieves Town. With 6 hearts, they will actually be able to survive a hit now.
Yeah, well, don't the chain chomps do 7 hearts of damage? In green meal?
You might be right, but I meant from anything else.
Yeah, chain chomps are, I think, the only things that can one-shot them now, but everything else will be fine, so they can take a quick damage boost if they need to. That's what he was trying to do earlier. They do 3 hearts of damage. Okay, so the rollers do 3 hearts of damage.
Oh, the stutter, the double hit from the bomb just stuttered him enough where he walked right into the roller. I believe Bob is contemplating, why is this seed so bad now?
Yeah, it's... You know, this is also the point of, alright, I can go check this other chest up here, and you gotta tell yourself at this point, I can't imagine that this game is gonna want me to do this. Digidude is leaving Pod. Did they not get their...
They did not hammer yump.
They should have still been able to get over there.
But they don't have a lamp.
Oh no, right. No
and with
lamp.
no torch, and with no torches in there.
That's rough, yeah, and Inemizer, yeah, no, I completely understand.
Plus, I think they did use their small key on the Harmless Hellway.
Oh no. Oh no. That's unfortunate. And you know what? They probably missed their... Did they just miss their big key as well? Or did they actually get their big key?
I don't know if they got the big key, but if they don't hammer yump, then there's it doesn't really mean a whole lot.
Is that non-killable thieves?
It is non-killable thieves.
No. Never, ever again. No. That needs to be
don't save
taken
and quit.
out.
Okay, I think he was about to save and quit and think, oh, I'm going to go check Sick Kid, and then realize, oh wait, that's in the wrong world.
Yeah, they're gonna death warp. I think they were thinking save and quit and what would be faster. Saving and quitting would have been... It wouldn't have been that bad because it could have started over in Dark Death Mountain. It would just been a longer walk. You'd have gone up another set of stairs. So, where are you going?
I think
they remembered Spectacle Rock check is probably what it was.
That makes that small key. If Bob does his Dark World checks and goes and gets that mirror, he'll be able to check that small key that Digidude left behind.
He would be able to. Do they go back to Dark Mountain? Go back to Dark Mountain. You have a hook shot, Bob. Nope.
Aw.
Well, Digidude's heading over to the Thieves Town play. We can go back to at least one chest in Skull Woods. We have well, I mean, we have an interesting loadout right now because if you look at what we got, Bob actually has light world access in the form of being able to get to the portals. The issue is we don't have everything we need. So
I'm curious now. Oh! This is a potion shop.
So he's going to go back into Thieves Town. Yes?
Yeah, that means he's going back into Thieves Town.
I don't think I ever knew that was a potion shop. I legitimately don't think I put 2 and 2 together that was a potion shop. Digidude is going to be trying to do this again on 4 hearts. Like, That's you get mad propers from me. So
putting all of this together, assuming there is no other progression here in Thieves Town, this would mean that the progression is in either on that small key that's on Spectral Rock, or it's in Tower of Hera.
Hera's a possibility, I think.
But they don't have access to Hera because that requires more pod keys.
TR could also be the progression.
The big chest.
The big chest, you can also get to the crystal roller room. So.
Yeah, Digidude unfortunately taking his death in this room. Bob has the key. He only has to hit that. He only has to hit the switch.
And actually, come to think of it, in TR right now, even without, you do not require a key in inverted in order to go check the chest at the Chain Chomp room. You do not require the key for that. Even though you require a key to get back, the game does not consider that in its logic for inverted. So that was 100% like one of the things that they had there. Oh, that's rude. It goes all the way back.
He hit the switch, so that's good enough.
Deciding not to go up to the attic.
I cannot. Oh. He's stealing the key.
And, I mean, he might do that. I don't think I'd try to fight my way through it. I really don't. Ooh.
Well, like that's the other thing is both the hammer chest as well as the upstairs chest are not in logic until he finds the key.
No, the upstairs chest is. The attic chest is in logic. Because you do not need the key down here in order to get that. However, you do need the game is going to assume you're going to use keys in the worst way possible, but considering this is small key sanity, that I don't know how it would work on that actually. I guess they're not in logic with small key sanity. Because considering the key is not found there, the game is assuming you're stealing the key, I guess. I don't know. They're not checking that, so
well, I don't think it's the whole small key sanity thing. I think it's the Enemizer that's allowing him to steal the key.
Enemizer has nothing to do with it. And if it wasn't small key sanity, they could steal the key, and the key could be locked behind itself. So they would get another key to be able to go up there. So Blind Cell is in logic, but Bob is now locked. He has to go up this way and come back around. So maybe they were just... I'm not sure what Bob was thinking here, but Digidude's about to throw themselves head first into this, trying to get this done. There is 100% stuff in logic in TR. Bob's forgetting that hookshot cave is in logic. So, and in all honesty, inverted's not something that you're familiar with or play a bunch. It's 100% something you're going to forget.
Yeah, but I believe that's the last location he's going to have available after this chest. Which admittedly is not a bad thing to find right now.
So here's what's funny about that. You know what that gives him? Not in logic, but it gives it to him?
Spike Cave.
Spike Cave. So he has the ability to get to Spike Cave, just not in logic. So if Bob knows he's out of logic with that hammer. Probably, but Bob knows that he's out of logic with that hammer, so.
And here's one other thing about
that's probably why he didn't check the big chest Thieves Town instead of checking the attic.
Fair enough. Now, one thing for inverted, since that could actually be a logical check early, but there's no access to green magic in the Dark World. So the shop that's just one screen to the right, over by the lake, that shop has been modified to actually sell a blue potion.
Really?
Yep.
There's no magic in Skull Woods. I thought there was magic potions, magic pots over there in that, in the pot cell.
Well, no, there's magic drops there, but logically, Bob would need at least a green potion in order to get through Spike Cave. To have enough magic to do it.
Okay. Bob finding his fire rod, immediately shaking his fist. And
he's really
going to sees this. Wait until he sees this. Yep. And wait until he goes into Turtle Rock and realizes, oh great. Unfortunately, Digidude's just been throwing their face at the crystal rollers here, and they're getting walled. And as a runner, I completely feel for Digidude here. I understand this. It's like, I can do this. I'm gonna just do it until I get it.
And that's the power of those extra hearts and that red potion that Bob got.
That's a huge knowledge show right there. Having the understanding that you have a red potion available in that hammer house is huge. I didn't know that. I honestly 100% did not know that. So I was admittedly impressed by that knowledge. Now, Digidude's going back again, going up towards the attic. They have picked up the key at least, so they could attempt to do the same thing that Bob did and go down and at least check Blind's cell. And there is the check right there. Now, Bob's knowledge here is going to be tested because, again, well, here's another thing too. They're going to be able to go. I'm trying to think of what else they can get to right now. Bob, with the current loadout, actually has the ability to get to all of Kakariko.
Light World proper.
Yeah, all of Kakariko. So Kakariko is actually a huge play, but of course, out of logic. But in all honesty, again, who cares about logic? What's logic? Nobody knows logic anymore. But they are going into the light world, so we are going to see.
Also, Bob did find out that our Tier 2 claw pull was just single rupees.
Fantastic. I don't play no logic. I don't know all the clips. I don't know all the cheats. I don't do it. No, my appreciation for... wow, the jukes, man. The jukes.
Bob had some good reaction time on that one. And Digidude, he took a damage boost here, but the problem is he's still got to hit that switch. He's got to get past the Hinox chucking bombs at him, the Chain Chomp, the Roller.
Actually, you know what? They can sit right there and wait for the Hinox to throw the bomb at the switch and see if it activates it to the right one.
No, it quad activates it.
It will quad activate it? Okay. I'm gonna reset the room.
Did.
Oh, that's funny.
And
Oh, that's too much. But if they, the funny thing is, the only thing that's waiting for them up there is invincibility. That's it.
the thing they would have liked to have for this.
Exactly. Oh man, that is that's the trolliest thing about this, is that it had invincibility up there, which would have been perfect for this. So Bob's going to be doing his bomb jump here, heading over. Now, they know what they can do as far as the other stuff. I'm assuming what's going to be in Turtle Rock is probably a glove of some sort or more keys. So it's really a matter of, does Bob know, for one, or does Bob want to worry about this logic setup? Now, here's the thing. Bob can get to this key, but Digidude had to leave it behind because Digidude couldn't get to it. So
I wouldn't be surprised to see Bob grab the key, do what he can in Tower of Hera, and then go back into the logical stuff.
Oh, Bob's probably going to do Herapod.
Yeah.
That That jump, I love it. Small key to Desert Palace. That's actually a very good key to find. Finding their lamp, finally deciding to not throw their head at the actual literal hell that is Thieves Town right now. Good for Digidude. I'm glad they're going around there. So now they know that they have the access that they do. Even though the access is minimal. Digidude actually could go do Aga right now, though, and get over to the light world that way and use that. That could be the play, in all honesty. That actually could be the... Oh, the right second key. Small key sanity. Small key sanity. Gotta keep reminding myself of small key sanity. I keep forgetting it's small key sanity.
Let's see how well Bob has learned.
I still don't know this setup. I don't know Bomb's setup for this, but so now Digidude's going to be heading back to where, though? Are they going to be going to Pod and doing Harry Ump now that they have their lamp? Is that what they're planning on doing? Because that's what you would hope. That's a very kind room.
Yeah, Bob gave it one attempt, and he's going to go up the normal way.
He would have to take a death otherwise. So,
yeah,
which understandably so. It's yeah, and the fact that the small key is most likely not going to be up here. I don't know. It's not something you're really avoiding that much. Like, you're not saving as much time if the big key was down there and in non-key sanity. So I get it, but I also
that's chain chomp.
That's more chain chomps. Blue mail. Hey, we can survive more hits. That's going to help with Thieves Town. Wait, we're already done with that. Just kidding.
Well, one of them.
The other direction wasn't that bad. Like, if you're able to drop your cane. So, funny thing about Enemizer, sometimes the colors will be messed up. That is a green mimic. So,
hey,
what's up?
You know what the great thing about that blue mail is?
Not dying?
It's not expert.
Yeah, that's true. That means it's not hard mode either, is it? It could be expert or hard item usage, though.
Hi,
we can do this.
No, you can't.
He can't. We can. He can't.
Yeah, he can't. He can't do it yet.
He needs magic, but he can do it. All right, so we are doing the Dark Maze now. So Digidude's actually going to be getting their hammer. Probably similar to me, thinking that it's in logic. I don't think it actually is because of the fact you can misuse keys. I think it's only... I don't know. I guess it's locked behind 5 keys. Stun prize is 5 arrows. But Bob is going to be checking their spiral cave. The funny thing is, he could have mirrored right there.
I don't think you'd mirror there. Instead, you would mirror for the big chest.
Well, that one gets you to... What does Spike Cave get you to? Or Spiral Cave, excuse me. What does Spiral Cave get you to? What does that mirror get you
to? The eyeball wall.
The eyeball wall. No. Spiral Cave doesn't get you to the eyeball wall, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, I'm trying to think. You should be able to jump down and...
The center gets you to Laser Bridge.
Yeah, so it's that center one that you can get to that gets you to Laser Bridge. So you can jump down to that one and mirror and get to Laser Bridge. So that is something that's also usable. But he's going to be going and checking the Light World locations right now, going this direction. Actually able to do all of Swamp Palace, even though it is a pendant. So
yeah.
Hey, I am not that big. I say jokingly, yeah.
Also, he could just go straight up to Hyrule Castle and check the goal.
That too.
Actually, check the goal. Also, Desert Palace is a crystal.
You know, it wouldn't be surprising if the goal was pedestal in this. because getting everything so quickly. So Ice Palace and Thieves Town for red crystals. But using that hammer and getting over into the pod area and going to Eastern Palace.
Now remember, at this point, we've thrown logic out the window.
So once you get over here, you're actually going to get 2 instead of just 1. The inverted benefit, you're going to actually be able to see your Ganon goal and your crystal goal. All 7 to enter. It is fast Ganon. 4
it is a
crystals
4 crystal
Ganon.
game.
So 4 crystal fast Ganon. That is actually pretty stinking nice. So as it stands, we can actually finish Ice Palace right now, even though it's not the most desirable of things to deal with. You can do it in this instance. We have 1 crystal, so we only need 3 more. We have the Desert Small Key. Oh, that's terrific. Hi, Mimic right in the corner.
Small key to Turtle Rock.
The problem is, though, actually, the thing that's good is there are 3 to 1 locations in Desert that the big key could be. So you're not worried about the small key being on the torch. So you're not as worried about Desert being locked. The thing is, you've got to get there, and that would require Flute. Actually, no, it would not require Flute. It's 100% the book. So we have to find the book and invert it.
Hey, follow me on this magical Christmas land real quick, okay?
I'm listening. What are you about to do to these people?
No. This is actually magical Christmas land for them, not for us this time.
Uh-huh. So in Eastern so far, we haven't found much.
So, as Bob's proven, we can already clear Thieves Town. We already have the Thieves Town crystal, right?
Yes.
What if Eastern Palace is a crystal and does not have a Trinex there?
That's a possibility. Mm-hmm.
And then we know Ice Palace, so let's... All of this is assuming not Trinex, because that's the only boss that our runners cannot beat right now.
They have a Turtle Rock small key, so that boss is actually in accessible, so they can get to Turtle Rock.
So they have the ending of 4 dungeons available.
Yes, they do, and that's the small key swamp. So, really, so the bosses they cannot beat is Trinex, and that's pretty much it. Every boss is beatable other than Trinex right now. Not that they're all easy, but every boss is beatable, so.
And Bob's also gotten up to the top of Tower Harris, so that's 5 dungeon bosses that we have access to. Actually, now that Bob has... that's 5 dungeon bosses that aren't confirmed pendants that we have access to.
Yeah, very true. Because we know 2 pendants. So we know Swamp, we know 1 actually, excuse me. I don't know why I thought we knew 2.
Because they can check Saha to see what the green pendant is, but no one has yet.
Yeah, Digidude's over in that direction, just hasn't actually done it yet. So deciding to go ahead and light the torch, cannot blame them, even though they have that lamp. Yeah, I would be trying to get maybe just a little bit more. I understand doing this, but rushing some sort of dungeons would be definitely beneficial. I can see why they're probably hesitant to try to go to some of these. But yeah, having that knowledge is huge. Now, Digidude did remember that they are able to get through here and do the back of Eastern, so realizing the Enemizer effect here. Now, the boss that they cannot beat, in fact, will be Trinex. If it is vanilla, then they're going to be sitting here for a long time. But we have a Dark World counterpart in Eastern Palace.
So that is a beatable boss. Oh! There was a boss I completely forgot that was on the table. Skull Woods.
Yeah, that's correct. I mentioned they could get to Skull Woods, whether or not the key logic is there, but yeah, that's on the table. So he's probably going to be starting to rush dungeons now. That's pretty much it. Oh no, getting just bodied.
Charged.
So Bob lost all that magic to get the small magic, and is... Oh, man. Can you call that a derp? Can you call that a... I can't call that a derp. I guess you kind of can, because he went and picked up the small magic to lay the thing, and then was going to go get the big magic, and was like, alright, I'm done. I'm leaving now. Yeah, anti-fairies in that room are rude, man. It just gets in there and bodies you left and right and eats your magic. You're just done.
Yeah, when they get caught back there, it's... No, it's not happening.
Or require powder, logically. I think he has one charge with that.
Well, no, he doesn't need the charge for that. He needs the charge for the fire rod.
Well, yes. The fire rod is what he was looking for, but I was thinking that they were still going to go back and grab the full magic just to be able to have it back here. But again, we don't know. We're going to be able to use at least our lamp to get through there. So I think there's enough magic. The two small pots should be able to use one fire rod and two, well, three rather. Why? What? No! Stop it!
Hi, Chain Chomp.
Stop it, Chain Chomps. Go somewhere else. Be gone, demon.
So I have you remember how I said how quickly they could possibly see Ganon?
Yeah. What about it?
I've seen a few expert seeds so far, which is 8 Heart Master Sword Silverless.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't even found Bow 1, so it's... I don't know. We're kind of at that point right now where I think Ganon is the least of their worries about bosses they have to fight with low hearts. So...
Yeah. But we could very well see... like 7 5-heart Master Sword Silverless with 1 bottle.
Okay, so that is going to be our information. Oh, that's a flute to get to the mire area. And it's a green pendant. Vanilla green pendant. So Eastern Palace is possibly going to lead to an item, but otherwise, eh. Oh, no!
Now, that does... Depending on the medallion requirement, that could put Mire into play.
Yeah, there's a slight chance, and very slight chance. I would feel more comfortable if I had a second medallion, which very well could turn up over here, or could just be sitting over a nice palace. But hopefully it is not Cold Stare here. Okay, so that is 2 Helmosaurs, and we're about to have Helmicopter. Everybody, Whirlybird. Whirlybird. Best boss in this room, hands down.
What is this?
Helmicopter is so fun. I love it. It's one of the best bosses in this room. However, it's also one of the more annoying ones because of this right here. When he charges you and it gets faster, you're like, okay, I'm feeling uncomfortable. Yeah, Helmicopter is definitely a fun thing to deal with. I love Helmicopter.
What is this?
Yeah.
Also, thank you, Blue Mail.
Oh no!
It's
It's expert item.
No, it's not expert functionality. Even though you saw the spark, the cane was not active yet.
Are you sure?
I am sure, because remember, under league settings, item functionality is set to normal.
Is it? Okay, I was not aware.
Yes.
Okay. I was not aware of that. So yeah, all right. Then he did get robbed. I agree. Robbed. Bob got robbed.
Bobbed.
No. But chat's right. More Helmicopter. We have the benefit of more Helmicopter, and everybody gets to see their favorite mascot. Everybody thought Swag Duck was the mascot. Nope, it is definitely Helmicopter. Yeah, so right now Digi is actually legitimately in an okay position, but the fact they do know that it's boss shuffle now, so Thieves Town's going to be relatively easy to get to. They just saw its fast cannon, so they're probably going to be going and checking the requirements here. The chances of a GT dip is going to be very, very slim.
Well, considering GT is 7 crystals.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, this is one of the most terrifying moments ever, though. You got to get through this thing. 17 hits with your hammer.
At this, you'd almost consider just trying to go for the bombs.
Yeah, if you can hold yourself to the left and throw the bombs, the floor is stuck in that move. But I do not blame Bob for going ahead and using this up here and getting this out of the way, because you can tank a little bit.
Yeah, the spikes will still throw you, but they won't they won't
hurt
damage.
Yeah, but in there,
And
Bob gets the kill. So
Helmicopter down.
blue potion would have been useful.
Oh,
And
the other pendant.
pendant. Oh my lord. So in an amazing turn of events, we now know where every crystal is. So Hera is doable and finishable. We have the Swamp Palace small key, but that doesn't help. We can possibly
Hera,
get
Turtle Rock,
Iron.
Ice Palace.
Hera, Turtle Rock, Ice Palace. So that's our answer. Hera, Turtle Rock, Ice Palace. Hopefully Bob has that in the back of his mind. But we did just get the check from Digidude, but they are going down and checking the items down here. So yeah, I mean, you can get to everywhere you need to go. So yeah, you can't do Desert Palace right now for that, but you can do you shouldn't need another TR key. You should be able to get there from the drop down. So you can actually drop down and mirror to get to Laser Bridge, and we just don't know if it's a Trinex anywhere. So I would YOLO it too. I would do checks on the way. I would check Laser Bridge. I would check some of Ice Palace, maybe not all of Ice Palace. Some of it.
Well, Icebreaker.
Yeah, like I would check a few of the items in Ice Palace. Like I wouldn't really be checking everything. I would check a sizable amount to get through what I can get through.
I think Bob's going to be checking Kakariko.
Not a bad move. I mean, like you're kind of wanting a little bit more. You're kind of wanting something more. At this point, though, you'd almost be hoping for a pedestal gold now that you have knowledge of where everything's at. So. Now, Bob doesn't actually know where Green Pendant's at. We know where everything's at. Misery Mire is possibly an option. You don't require any small keys for that. So, well, I say require. By logic, you might, but again, that's one of the few dungeons that just, who cares about logic?
No, that was your last bomb, Bob.
You know, I'll buy bombs to just show my aggravation at getting something that I already know. Because honestly, yeah, he did Skullwoods and then finds the Skullwoods map. That's a quick punch. It was 100% worth that bomb. I agree. GFE's on my side. I would just straight be like, nah, man, I'm bombing this thing. It deserves it. And we're getting to see a screen that we usually don't get to see in Randomizer, or Period for that matter. Walking up and going towards Sanctuary through that little section of woods there. That's very clever. Yeah, so the flute was on Eastern Palace boss, and that was Helmasaur. It was also the green pendant. Do we see what was on Sahasrahla? Did they go to Sahasrahla?
I don't think it was anything important.
I don't even remember them checking the back there. They did? Okay, I was nothing major on Saha. Alright. Skullwood's small. Alright, cool. Yeah, I didn't actually remember them checking it, but it happens. It's easy to to get distracted from where somebody is. So back of Escape is a small key to Turtle Rock. I don't know if Bob already did that one. They do have a small key to Turtle Rock. That's the second small key. So yeah, that's the that is the second small key that we found. And this is one of the few things that will trip up a lot of people in Inverted, is the Turtle Rock logic, or rather the Turtle Rock accessibility. Maybe not logic as much as just where you're gonna actually... Yo! The boots are over there in the well. That's amazing to find. But that is actually a very fantastic setup to be able to drop down, mirror, and just take care of Turtle Rock so much easier. That was one of the few things about Inverted when it came out that I loved, was just Turtle Rock became 100% inconsequential. So the routing of it was way easier to get through. Ether Medallion. Bomb pack. Who needs to buy bombs? Yeah, so right now our possibility of Misery Mire being openable rather, is infinitely higher. With having two of the medallions, your chances of having the right medallion aren't 66%. It's actually higher than that, because the chances of having the right medallion and finding them both earlier rather than the time you could go there is making that easier. That is a blue rupee, I believe. No, blue meringue.
We can leave that there.
I mean, unless you want to go do Aga 1 when you find the second Kessel Tower key.
Map of Mire. Now, one of the changes to Inverted, since you normally have to mirror up to there, yeah, there's just a path up there.
Yeah, a few of the different stuff that's different. Cave 45 has no ledge. You can actually just walk straight into the cave because you can't mirror from Dark World. There is a stairs right here. There is a bridge leading to the spot in the Death Mountain, or excuse me, rather, I'm like sitting here trying to think out my words. There's a bridge leading to the floating island. There's also a set of stairs leading to Lake Hylia, so...
Now, I don't think Bob checked Sanctuary, but he just save and quit from the sewers.
Yeah, I can understand that. I'm thinking Bob was probably trying to find as much usefulness as they could. I don't blame them. Where are you going, Bob? You broken? Are you broken, Bob? So we're getting a couple of the checks that we've already seen from Bob on Digidude's side. I'm wondering where Bob is going. I don't really know.
Please don't do Swamp Palace. Please don't do Swamp Palace.
Please don't. You know what it is. Don't do it.
This may be Eastern Palace with Sahasrahla checks.
Ooh, you know what I think? Bob might not be going to Pod because they don't have the key. They don't have a key to get down to the boss.
Well, he also doesn't have a bow to get to the boss.
Oh, you're right. Duh. Why would they go to Pod? That's me being stupid. Alright, so... yeah, brain not work good right now.
Though now he's going to get the information that Green Pendant's vanilla.
So he might not even go into Eastern Palace, which we know you don't need to, because you can go to TR. Well, most likely don't need to. I agree with the rush. I agree with the boss rush idea. Just go get the bosses out of the way. Go do what you got to do. Go to Hera. Go to Turtle Rock. And what was the other one we mentioned? Ice Palace. Those are your 3 bosses you need. That might be what they... actually, Bob is smart. Bob is smart. You know what Bob just did?
He made sure that neither of these two up here are green pendants.
Made sure 100% that you weren't going to be getting green pendant. So that was actually very smart. I think that is why Bob was not rushing locations. We have the knowledge, they don't. That's probably why neither one of them are rushing the locations, because they don't have the full knowledge. I don't know if Digidude checked their map, so...
Thing is, Bob now does have full crystal knowledge. That was 100% full crystal knowledge, because they checked their map. That's how we found out about Swamp Palace. They're heading towards the Hera Turtle Rock play right now. They know for a fact that they can beat the Hera boss. They know what they need. They will be able to check the Turtle Rock boss. So if we're in a simple shuffle, then or rather a full shuffle, then we'll know that 2 bosses are in locations. We have the knowledge that Helmasaur has been there twice. We've seen Cold Stare, and we've seen Blind. So far, yeah, the Fool. I keep saying simple, thinking the entrance terminology. Forgive me. My terminology and words are really mixed up right now. I'm not trying to... Oh, and Bob also has a blue goo.
They do. That's actually very, very good for them as well.
And this is the setup that Bob is used to for his Herapod.
That's going to be coming in pretty good handy, too, with the fact that they're going to be able to just unload to start.
Oh, he was going for the step where you only use half the shots, but unfortunately he got hit.
Oh, yeah, the duplication of the fire rod shots. That's, I've seen that done a few times. It's pretty useful.
Now, this is a bit of an arena for Cold Stare, just because those puffballs still bouncy around a bit too. It's like there's 3 Moldorms right now.
Yeah,
actually hit like a truck.
But you don't bounce off of them. They just hit hard. So
well, they do a little bit of recoil.
it's terrifying to have them go around and bouncing off the walls like they do, but luckily hitting them does not give you the recoil. So. All right, that's 2 of them down. Now it's manageable. 3 of them down.
Meanwhile, the guards giving him a guard escort to take the Smith back.
So Mothula and the boss randomizer, the boss shuffle, they don't actually get their spikes in every room. You will see them pop up in the Maldorm room, but they do not actually move, so you don't actually get hit by them. So as far as Mothula, the spikes do not come with it.
And Bob's hopping down to the laser bridge entrance.
All right, everybody ready for...
Hi, Ice Rod!
Yeah, right, everybody ready? Oh, wait, did we find it? Oh, wow. Holy...
Dude just found it.
So, Ice Rod is accessible.
Small key to Skullwood, small key to Misery Mire. What was that sprite? Small key to Pod.
Smart. Where are you going? Oh, he needs magic. There's magic.
There's magic in there.
Bob, what are you doing? You can get to the Bob. What are you doing? Bob!
How many derps are we at?
That's definitely one. That's definitely one.
I wonder if he's looking for Ice Rod.
Oh, man. No.
Digidude's going in the swamp.
I don't know.
I'm wait, I know what Bob's doing.
Potions.
I'm fine with this.
Potions.
Potions. Because he just used his only blue potion.
GFE is like losing their mind in chat. They're trolling me to no end. I don't like it. It's not fair. Now you hope he goes back and finds Trinex. Digidude almost taking a death right there in an unfortunate moment, but oh no!
Almost?
That's rude. Who put that there?
Oh, this scene. Also, we're getting a Zora's domain check. So, can we call commentator curse on that death? By the way,
Can we? I mean, he avoided it in the other room where I said it. Yeah, this is the dungeon saying leave. Go away. Don't do it. 20 rupees, deciding not to actually... Maybe, Bob is possibly just thinking, okay, let me check and make sure that it's not Ice Rod up here. Let me just do a few checks. I don't know why they're doing the checks that they are. I guess maybe just ease of use. Or ease of...
Oh, that's
something.
a bow. That's a red mail.
Okay, that's a lot easier. That makes life a lot easier.
You know what else Bob might be looking for? A sword.
I was thinking that too, but yeah, a sword's not bad. So deciding to go ahead and go into Ice Palace, I don't mind this play. I don't mind this play.
We have a castle tower and a Ganon's tower key for Digidude.
Yuck. Both small keys, of course. So, castle tower key means Aga is now on the board, but I don't think we see that. So,
Oh, was there a bow in? Apparently, there was a bow in Mini Moldorm as well.
There was a bow in Mini Moldorm?
Yeah, so we now know where both bows are.
Oh wow, so silvers are accessible really easily. Yeah, it's 7 to enter, 4 to kill, and it's fast Ganon, so we do not need Agatu. You missed. You missed. Okay, you got it. They're the key to pod.
Haven't we found all of those by now?
That's 4 for Bob, which now you can go do pod too.
He can clear pod. I think the only dungeons we don't have access to now between both runners are Desert and possibly Mire if it's Bombos required.
Yeah, so it's pretty much looking like, well, we cannot get into Mire actually. We can't actually get to the, well, no, never mind. I lied. Just kidding. You can actually flute over there and do everything you need to do over there. I forgot you don't need the mitts. Mitts might not actually be required for inverted, which is a unique thing about inverted.
Yeah, I think the only thing Mitts unlocks is King's Tomb.
I'm pretty sure that's it, yeah. Which, that kind of makes it feel like Ocarina of Time Rando. Because the only thing that Gold Gloves really unlocks in that, depending on your settings, is the fairy outside of Ganon's Tower, or Ganon's Castle, so.
Oh, and I temporarily forgot, chat brought it up, Bob also has access to the Mire area because of that mirror.
Yes, actually, that is also true. So the Mire area is completely open. But we're going for Icebreaker, so, which not technically required to be able to beat the dungeon without the big key and things like that. You can still do the bomb jump if you're feeling so inclined. So, but he's going for the Icebreaker, trying to get that set up. You got to be 1 pixel, pretty much 1 pixel inside the door, and then you have to drop your... Did he get it?
No, he doesn't have it yet.
Okay.
And Digidude has silvers now.
So Digidude does have silvers. That's going to be useful for them. But still and yet, we are also looking at, you know, how long are we going to be waiting for these crystal gifts? Because Digidude doesn't have a single crystal yet. They haven't gone and beaten bosses. So we know it's 7 to enter Ganon's Tower. We know it's 4 to beat Ganon, fast Ganon. We also know that it is inverted. It was sword assured. It is not expert items, or rather expert difficulty. So we also know that we have access to most of the things that we need, and he gets it. Bob is in, and Scamfish was a... Yeah, Swamp is a pendant. So Swamp being a pendant, that kind of prevents us from really doing much there. Or, well, I say prevents us. I wouldn't go in there. You couldn't pay me. There's a pod small key. Now, I think that is the 5th one, so we're now...
I'm starting to think that Spike is just hard programmed to show up there in Animizer.
Very possible. Very possible. It's like the big spike in pod. You see it pop up all the time. There's the big key. Yeah, because I mean, Bob can do pod now, can do Ice Palace, which he's in right now. Can get to Meyer, can do TR. So we pretty much have Digidude. You've opened it. Yeah, so we know where Ice Rod is as well. So Trinex could be down here, which would be a big punch. But we do have potions, so we're not exactly completely done in if it's something other than Trinex. Hi, Viddy.
Oh. You know what? You know what's nice about this video?
I mean, you can get right next to it without getting hit. But
I just pop a blue potion, pop your blue cane, and start dashing.
Yeah. We're also red mail, so I would probably wait for a hit too. I think I would wait for. Yeah. Okay. Maybe one more hit, because that hit only did what? 1 heart of damage.
I think 2.
We have a little bit of room to spare, so no reason to go popping blue potions unless you have to.
Yeah, but he still got 2.
So Digidude went through the front.
They're mentioning Master Sword Blue Cane. The idea is since he has boots, he can just keep dashing right across, and if you're quick enough with the dashes, you can actually still one cycle with dashes just with the Master Sword. How is he dodging this lightning, though?
Very carefully. And he has enough to be able to just unload some arrows right into the big eyeball, and that is crystal number 2 for Bob.
3.
Is that 3?
Hera, Thieves Town, and now Ice Palace.
Oh, right. I did not see Hera actually lit up, so yeah, that is 3. Fantastic.
Meanwhile, Digidude getting caught with another Crystal Roller.
Digidude just needs... I don't think Digidude realizes inverted allows you to get to Laser Bridge. Or maybe they do realize it now? Or maybe not. Okay, fluting to go to Ice Palace, I'm assuming. Alright, that's fine. So 12 hearts for Bob, and we have 10 for Digidude.
Bob has 1 mail upgrade over Digidude right now.
That is very true. I was more just talking about legit heart count rather than how many hits they can take.
Where's Bob going now? Is he going to do Mini Moldworm Cave?
I guess so.
I mean, at least he'll have silvers.
Yeah? I'm really confused at why we're not going to one of these spots we can do. Or at least looking at it, like, the chances of finding a Trinex in both spots, and they're both relatively fast to get to.
I hope he doesn't think it's 7 for Ganon.
I'm hoping that they're not thinking that they have to beat Aga 2. Because they saw Fast Ganon. I'm not sure what they're thinking. I don't know what either of these runners are thinking right now.
Could we have... This is just confusing.
I agree. It doesn't explain them dipping out of TR when they did. They could have just completed TR and seen what was there. Because even in the current setup, like you see fast Ganon. So,
This is racking my brain, and I'm not the one playing.
They're heading to Pod. I doubt they're going to go into Eastern. They're probably going to mirror. So,
yeah, this is much faster than going through that whole maze thing.
And they've already been into Pod 1, so it's already over. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's the mirror. Ice Rod was in K45.
Yep. So that is available. So if Trinex is here, I mean, that almost gives us a better chance of Trinex not being in vanilla. So, but that's assuming it's not Chaos Box.
I mean, if Trinex is here, you just go and check Mire or Turtle Rock.
As far as the numbers go, we are looking at a higher chance of Trinex being in one of these two spots. It's most likely a full boss shuffle because we have not seen a double other than our faithful helicopter. So. I think we're all thinking the same question, GFE. Why did you not go complete the crystals? Because we know Bob has the knowledge. Digidude has a possible knowledge, excuse for that because of Laser Bridge knowledge. So that's possible.
Also, I think Bob's going to need some more arrows.
At some point. If this is completable, then not at all. If it's Armos, then we probably would want more arrows, but what you gonna do, right?
Well, I was referring to if this is beatable, then go kill Ganon, but you need arrows. You would want arrows.
Yeah, you can find arrows pretty easily.
Also, there's Hi Lionel.
Yeah.
High 10 arrows.
Kill it. Kill it with fire. It is Moldorm. Hey!
6-eyed Mold. No, 7-eyed. 6? Is that 7? That's
Stop
7.
moving! Stop moving! Let me count your eyes.
7-eyed Moldorm. Okay, that was kind of smart on Moldorm.
Moldorm's like, I'm hiding. Digitude's doing a bomb jump that I actually like doing. It's one of the most useless bomb jumps ever. But that is number 4. And that's the map of Thieves Town, which we don't need. And Bob can go beat Ganon now. We've got 13 arrows, we've got 12 hearts, red mail, and a bunch of spins in our future.
Now, I thought Digidude did complete one of his crystals. No, okay, never mind.
No, Digidude has had a rough go of it. They beat Eastern Palace, which is a green pendant. They did not check the Thieves Town boss. They did not do. They're in Ice Palace, obviously, but they were in Turtle Rock, but went through the front. Yeah, this is a. This is rough. This is definitely rough.
There is not a portal up near the castle. That only shows up if you have defeated Aghanim. Aghanim 1, which, which they haven't really, well, okay, I guess they did check the chest, but no, they haven't beaten Aghanim 1, so that portal is not there.
Yeah.
I was going to say, they haven't been in there. Yeah, they have.
I don't know what Digi's hunting for either.
I'll say it again, possibly a sword.
That's a very big possibility. right, so Bob's doing his spins.
Now, unfortunately, since he doesn't have the cane of Berna does not allow you to spin while it's being used, so there won't be any cheese on these spins this time. It's going to be just straight up, get close to him and do it, and hope you don't touch him.
But we do have blue potions, so that's at least a benefit. Now, if we do get another, we're definitely going to get another teleport, so hopefully he gets in that sweet spot. Yeah, that's pretty much the sweet spot.
Got there. So I believe it's about time for phase 3 now.
Yep, there's phase 3, but taking some damage there. Gonna have to use that second blue potion just for safety. I don't blame them at all. Ganon still hurts, even though you're in red man. So and we are going to see Digidude going in to fight their Vitreous fight.
Here's going one arrow. Missing the torch glitch.
Not that big of a deal. So.
Yeah, not with silvers. If Bob didn't have silvers, then there'd be a much bigger problem. One more arrow to go.
Yeah, avoid the fire bats. And boom! That is bacon, just don't walk off the edge. That's Bob with a official SRL time of
1 hour
2:37. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
And with that death to Vitreous, Digidude is going to forfeit.
Yeah, so we do have a forfeit in the SRL there. So we are joined by the winner of this matchup, Dr. Bob.
Hello, hello, hello.
And that is also Digi joining us as well.
Yeah. Welcome to whatever this was.
So the question on everybody's mind, which was answered in the SRL chat, I'm going to go ahead and ask it so you can explain to everybody why you left TR.
So I was, at that point, my brain was going to do Ice Palace and then Misery Mire. That's what my brain was going to do as my last two dungeons. And I was like, while I'm up here doing Hera, I can check these 4 on Laser Bridge because that's a quick check for maybe, a better sword or some silvers or something like that. And I just did not even think about doing the boss for Turtle Rock. I was just like, dumb. I don't know what boss it was. It could have been Trinex, and I would have been,
so loud.
Bad, because I did not get the Ice Rod. Apparently my opponent did.
Yeah, that was in Cave 45. So it could have also been, the most horrible boss to have to fight in that instance where you didn't have the bow. You could have literally been swinging your sword and, poking at the Armos Knights forever and a day.
So with the Master Sword too. Yeah, that's pretty awful. I don't even have a boomerang, do I?
No, you don't. So you literally only had you could have done Cane of Samaria strats and have them run into the Cane of Samaria. That's always fun to do as well. Yeah. So, but so yeah, we were kind of keeping track of the amounts of dungeons y'all had the ability to beat when we found out that it was for crystals to beat Ganon, and it was fast Ganon. And really,
and I think at that point I did technically have 4, but I didn't know if I had Trinix or not. So I was really trying to make sure I could find Ice Rod maybe if I went along. And also, I really kind of wanted Silver's or Better Sword. So I was just checking mostly item-dense locations and things along the way to my bosses. That was my idea.
that's kind of what we figured. Dark, what questions did you want to ask?
I think we covered most of them because like my main question was when you found out it was 4 crystals and you had dungeons available while you were checking so much overworld as opposed to dungeons.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was. So my brain was like, I'm not sure I want to do too much of this right now, but I wasn't gonna not check Kakariko if I didn't have a sword or silvers. It's just like there's so much there. I'd like to have it, and that little piece of information is why I got the boots, which felt pretty good. And then, of course, the boots distract me. I'm just like, I want to go bonk a thing.
That sounds like something that I did.
Pretty much. Yeah, Digi was kind of doing the same cleanup that you were doing. Got the boots and was like, I can go do boot things, and started going to do boot things. So
yeah.
I have to ask. I'm going to start with Digi on this question because of the amount of times that you threw your face at the Thieves Town hellway. How does that make you feel? Like, I have to know, what was your thoughts at the moment, man? I hate to bring up such a awful moment, but like it obviously just felt like that thing that you could go to, that you're like, it's got to have something. I'll tell you what's up there. If you really want to know, you're not going to like it.
So, go ahead. It was a question for Digi. I'm gonna let him take it.
Well, the hellway wasn't all that bad, in my mind. It was just a bunch of
it was the room
shadows.
above the hellway that was the problem.
Oh, well, I call that a hellway as well, because it's got all the spikes in it. But yeah, that's the one that we're talking about. They didn't...
The one with all the rollers and the chain chomp and the big spike ball and the Hinox.
I was waiting for the Hinox to hit the switch for me to just get that out of the way, but no,
the bomb unfortunately hits it 4 times. So
yeah, and I did that as well, and then I realized, like, if you're standing at the bottom, it's very unlikely that he's gonna do that. So
exactly.
I was like, I'm gonna time this.
The item that was in the attic was the Cane of Burna. So it was literally invincibility. So
what? That's a bit
I know.
ironic.
I might have been a little frustrated when I picked up that item. Because I died a few times heading that way too.
Bob died to it a couple of times. You actually had the Moon Pearl well before Bob. Bob went to the Death Mountain play and didn't have the hook shot. You got the hook shot because you went to Thieves Town first and then made your way over to Death Mountain and was able to do the hook shot cave. So that really came into play. And Bob, for some reason, avoided hook shot cave and was up there.
So here's what my brain did with hookshot. It's like, oh, hookshot. Once I get Moon Pearl, I can do Paradox Cave. Did not even think about hookshot cave. There's a cave named after the hookshot. My brain didn't think anything about that. Just like, come on.
Yeah, I think it. So, Digidude, I want to ask you one thing before we go ahead and get to an ending here. Inverted. How familiar are you actually with Inverted?
I liked it when it first came out.
Okay. So
I haven't really played it since.
yeah, so you can get to the Turtle Rock boss with the big key and one small key from Laser Bridge. All you do is jump down to the ferry door. You actually jump from the top of Paradox, well, I guess the bottom of Paradox or whatever, the top of Death Mountain, and you mirror right there from Inverted, and you're able to get right there. So that's actually a really fast way to be able to complete Turtle Rock in Inverted. So I wanted to throw that information out there just in case if it was something you weren't aware of. So.
Okay.
Yeah, just you went into the front of Turtle Rock, and I didn't know if you were trying to complete it from the front or anything like that. Like, Inverted is just one of those weird things that's not seen very much, and it can really cause a lot of strife. So I didn't. That's all.
It was just going. I've got Samaria. I've got Fire Rod. Let's see how much of this I can do from the front.
Right on.
Yeah, I was as certain as you were that there was something in Turtle Rock, which is why I went up there so early, but I didn't have the hook shot.
Yeah. So, but with that, any final words that you wanted to say, Digi?
Not really. Inverted, my story with it is that I enjoyed it when it first came out. It got a bit more tedious as things went on with it, and yeah, from there it just went downhill.
Yeah, I understand that completely. Dr. Bob, any final words from you?
The seed was enjoyable enough. Of course, like I said yesterday, I was the one who got the Enemizer seed because Dark Shadows loves Enemizer, and just like and I love entrance, and he gets the entrance seed. But my entrance, I thought, I actually have a little bit better appreciation for Enemizer on this seed. Mainly because as I was going through it, I was like, at a certain point, each of these rooms is kind of like its own little puzzle. I kind of have to think faster than I normally do, but it's kind of interesting that way. Kind of like it. Also, I need to remember to plug in my controller when I am trying to do that icebreaker clip, because the wireless controller does not like doing single frame inputs.
That's a requirement. So, but with that, Dark Shadows, did you want to close this out?
Just thanks to both of you for putting on a good race for us. Really put you through the ringer, being inverted and all. And also thanks to Yorker's wife for tracking for us, Math Girl for restreaming, and been great commentating with you, Unknown.
Absolutely, it's always a pleasure. I really enjoy commentating with you as well. All right, so with that, thank you everybody. Stick around. We do I say stick around. There is other matches going on, I believe, at the moment. Let me double check. I don't know if this was the last one for today. Let me double check that before I send you off. So there is one more going on, and I believe it is starting in about 40 minutes. And it's going to be on Speed Gaming Main, and it's going to be between Hippo and Fear Agent. So you got Team Where in the World is our gosh dang Bombos, and Team Kappa. So definitely come see us over there on Speed Gaming for that matchup. It's surely to be a fun one. More mystery seeds. But thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day, and I love you all. Have a good one.
Peace, and we'll see you later.